so hot today, like I am going to vacuum all this out and make this nice and clean. Because it's so hot in this cab, I'm just sweating like a dog at the moment. I'm going to wait till it's later on in the afternoon. So I can see that this section here, obviously you got the wire loom. Let's see if she'll pop. Anyway, that should come out. That pops out, but it doesn't. Minus. See, I think this bit of steel is bracketed up here to hold this firm. I still got to look more into this because I don't want to do damage that I can't fix or something like that, but this plate is why my stereo can't go further back. Now, it does feel like it's only got, see these two plugs here which hold the wire loom, and might only have the wire loom behind there. So if I can get an angle grinder up here to trim it, just so my stereo can go further back than this bit of metal, it may work. So I'm just going to check a bit more what's out the back here and then go inside because it's freaking hot as. But yeah, that's where I'm up to at the moment. Okay, so I've looked around behind this and it may be possible to mod. So these are just for the thick wire loom. So I'm going to be pushing these two in with their clips, so they just go in both sides and push in. It's a thick loom, but I think there's almost jack all behind. If I made a nice cut along here and somewhere, just so the stereo has room to breathe, because I can put my full finger through there without touching anything. I think it's this bracket mainly. It's a thick bracket to hold that. Unreal. I don't know why so much. I really didn't want that going anywhere. But I think it's possible. I really do think it's possible to mod this so you can have the option of not having one of those KN over $1,000 upgrade ICC screen things that, unfortunately, I've seen too many bad reviews on those things of them playing up. You might get the odd one that might work good. I don't know. That's only what I've seen, so don't always take things what I say to be right as far as what I've read, but unless you have one and you've seen it for yourself or experienced it yourself, you don't know. But I don't hear very good reviews on those KN upgraded ICC screens. So it feels like there's jack all behind here. It feels like it's just a thick wire loom, which wire looms can always be moved and modded as far as whether they're extended or just pushed out the way and re-mounted somewhere else. But obviously they mount them in the most easiest or practical places. But when you got a mod, that's the whole reason for your mod. You change things around to suit you or to make things better, because not everything factory is always practical. As you know, with these Barra engines, the firewall is way too close for those, even just getting to your last spark plug. So not everything factory is thought of the person that actually uses the vehicle or the product. So sometimes a mod can make all the difference. Should be called MAD, make all the difference. Or MAD, what is it? MATD, M-A-T-D, make all the difference. So a mod, if you don't like something, or if you need something to suit yourself and your whatever it is in your life, if you can mod it and make it better for yourself and what you enjoy, that's yours. As long as it doesn't cause issues to anyone else, it's all good. So what I've done is cut a bit of timber, because that wire looms in there or behind it, and that'll be safety for it. And that's the line I'm going to up there and trim it across there and down. And that'll be the starting of the mod. Okay, so I've cut up to that, almost that line. Looks a bit butchered a little bit, but it's only the starting side of things. So this is the thick wire loom that's behind there. Once I got to this section off, then I was able to pull this down and get that right out of harm's way, and put a bit of wood up there as well, which protected it. So I've still got the ICU plug locked in, it's still stuck there, but I'm hoping that this amount of metal at the moment, with a bit of testing, will make room for that stereo. I think it will. I think this is something new, and it's a trial by error type thing, so yeah, going well so far. I've trimmed this side of the bracket, next will be that part there. Okay, so like that. So another trim, I'm going to need that all up. This is just for testing purposes. So as you can see so far, where you normally wouldn't see, you can see where the wire loom is, but there is a big good sized gap that could possibly help with the install of an extra stereo. Okay, so as you can see, I just threw some sponges under this just to show stereo position, but because this is the part that pops out, about the back part of this is almost pretty much flush with the ICC, and that's where I want it. So that should be back enough now and sit up like that. You can see like that from the ICC. From the back view, where is it? So the stereo plug fits just in that, oh, it's hard to, it's just on the very top part there. Plug. Oops. So there's room still to throw your wiring plug on there. It's going to be a little bit tight, but it fits. Back in the ICC chamber, this is the cutout I've done so far. I have sanded it, or filed it, should I say. I'm hoping that'll be fine. I'm going to just test the position of the stereo again and see how we go for room. So when I was grinding, this wire loom actually sits back there, in there. So I'm going to test to see how the ICC goes in again, and then where I'm mounting that stereo, because that this mongrel, it's almost like Ford wanted to stop anyone putting an extra stereo on, because the antenna in most radios, they plug at the back, and this thing straight up. So I've got to have that much room to plug in if I want to keep my antenna for the ICC. Fun and games. Anyway, test the ICC.